All right, so I want to welcome each and every one of you to today's session on how to start a career in blockchain data analytics in 2025. Yeah, so with us here, we have three of our analysts who will be sharing with us their own experience and their journey into blockchain data analytics. We have George Inkechu, we have Josh, and we also have Precious Dima. So the first speaker would be George, the second followed by Precious, and then Josh would be rounding up the conversation with his own experience. Okay, so we have let me call Precious. Let me call Precious. I'm not sure George is okay. George is joining us. George has joined us. So please let's make welcome George as he takes over the floor. Yeah, George, over to you.
Hello everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are. Apostle, please, am I clear enough? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. My name is George. I was a cohort 3 student of analytics age, where I got to learn how to become an on-chain analyst. And the thing is, prior to meeting analytics stage or being part of the cohort training, I had no idea whatsoever about what a blockchain is or whatever Web3 was. I had no idea about it. Analytics stage was my first experience or first encounter with anything Web3. So you can probably say analytics stage launched me into the Web3 world. So I've been an analyst for a while, and we've been analyzing on-chain data. My on-chain skills made me an ambassador for the Aptos blockchain. Pretty sure maybe some of you must have heard about it. I got to become the ambassador, and I provide on-chain insights for the Aptos chain. I've been there for like 6 months. Yeah, I've been there for 6 months now, and it's been quite a journey, I would say. It's not been easy because, many people will be like, it's not just you press this, you press that. It's not just my SQL. No, on-chain analytics is much more than knowing how to, write SQL code. It's actually knowing how to provide actionable insights, not just insights. Anybody can read a chart, but not everybody can actually tell you what a chart can do for a company or for a chain. So it's much more about providing actionable insights, what would actually help or benefit the progress of a particular chain or a particular protocol, depending on what you're working on. And it's been a very good journey, I would say. So I would urge those who are not yet, into that field. It's a field worth trying it, because um many people are afraid of, codes. Well, it's not so hard, honestly. It's not easy, but it's not hard. All it takes is your determination and putting the efforts. And yeah, surely, of course, you do well. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So currently, where do you work, and what assets as the skill engine analyst given to you? How has it made you stand out?
Oh, okay. Like I said, it's even because of being an engineer. That's why I got invited to be an ambassador for the Aptos blockchain. Prior to that, I was just an analyst that just came out of training, trying to find an ecosystem to, rest and make a place for myself. But because of my skills and insights for the Aptos blockchain, I got invited to become part of the ambassadors. So you can say that I got my ambassadorship role because of my on-chain skills. I got there because of my on-chain skills. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, George, for that experience you've just shared with us. We Appreciate. Okay, so the second speaker I would be bringing on board is Precious. Okay, so Precious, if you're on the call, you can unmute your mic and proceed to share your experience.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosi, for the opportunity. Thank you, Analytics Sage, for the opportunity because let's say I just graduated. I'm yet to graduate though. Yes, but thank you very much for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. My name is Precious Dima. Um, I am a cohort 5 student. Currently, we're just rounding up cohort 5, so I've not yet graduated. Yes, I'll just say a little bit about myself and then my journey into blockchain data analysis. So, I'm currently a data analyst, right? I use several tools to analyze data. I work with Port Harcourt Data School, where I train students and also work on different projects. So I already have a background knowledge of SQL because using Dune that I was introduced to in analytics stage, it was SQL that we use to analyze data. All right. So the 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 experience was amazing. It was tasking too because it made me study a lot. It was as though I was in the high institution, level 100 all over again. Because in this journey, if you don't study, there is no how or there's no way you know. And then my drawbacks were because I don't know most blockchain terminologies. I've not traded before, but I was so inquisitive. Out of curiosity, I just wanted to know what blockchain is all about. I wanted to know what this field, this Web3, what are they saying? I've been hearing Web3 here and there. Okay, I want to know, please teach me. Okay, so I got into the space and it has been a lot. I had to dedicate a note to this particular course. All right, so we have done several projects in cohort 5, starting from my first project was comparing between Sushi Swap and Pancake Swap, right, which are different dexes on the blockchain in Web3, right? So I did all of those comparison and also did a project on Grass token that is found in Solana chain, all right? And then the third project, which I just finished working on, is the VIC chain. Currently, I've not yet gotten a role yet, which I'm hopeful to get after my program ends. I'm hopeful that I'm going to get a role soon. But with the knowledge I have gotten from analytics stage, it has helped me boost my SQL skills. Now, I also use SQL for data analysis too, but I have gotten some functions and different functions that I use in SQL that is helping me currently in my workplace. So so my advice is those coming into blockchain, don't be scared. Okay, at first I was scared, but while I went through the process, I discovered that, oh, I can do this. All right, so don't be scared, study. Okay, whatever thing you hear that you don't understand, ask questions. Whatever thing you also still don't understand, please study, watch videos, all right, to get more understanding on blockchain data analysis. Be curious like me to want to know more and more. I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning more. I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of research to do. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, Analytics Sage. Thank you, Mr. Tosin.
Thank you so much, Precious. So we brought Precious is currently rounding up our mentorship program so that we brought in people who are finished earlier, people who are currently rounding up, so as we can have a balance of their experience. So lastly, before we round off, I would like to bring on board Josh. I believe Josh has a vast majority of experience to share, and also is joining into on-chain analysis, his career so far, the opportunities and doors it has opened to him. So I'm going to bring on board Josh.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Is am I audible, if I may ask?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Timishi. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be hearing me from. Yeah, sorry, my voice is a bit. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'll be fine, sha. So, yeah, my name is Joshua Wanchuku. That's my full name in Web3. I am certified Josh or Josh. Basically, I want to come down to break my journey through being an analyst on this call. So, to be honest, I'm a person that is really, really, how do I put it now? I'm a hustler. Let me put it like that. It all started from when I was in the university. Yeah, you guys may be aware of. I think Tumishi, our boss here, was talking about my guy. His name is Tubechi. Tubechi, that is doing wonders in Web3 as an analyst. Two of us were roommates. I'm not sure many people know about that. Two of us were roommates in the university. We graduated together. We were classmates and roommates in university. So both of us are hustlers basically, and we inspire each other to do more. So basically, I back then in 2022, 2021, 2022 was when we got onboarded in Web3, DeFi, not just trading now. We don't Trading is just a subset, it's just a fraction of blockchain technology, Web3. So we began grinding, hustling. Guy, mama got hustled. So we were hustling, we were grinding, looking for the next big thing. We started off as being a moderator, graduated to being a collaborations and marketing manager, grinding, working for NFC projects. We didn't know much about the blockchain technology, but we strive to learn more because there's something that comes with trying to do better than your peers or trying to stand out in a very competitive market. That thing that comes with it is trying to stay ahead, like with your knowledge and your experience. So that was the major drive. So I started learning. I didn't know much about blockchain technology basically, but I now started going deeper to say, okay, especially some of those times where you you be in a community whereby someone will throw one question on, like someone will just throw one question and you'll be lost. Like, for example, how to be able to use Magic Eden, for example, or OpenSea or Blur, all those marketplaces and the likes, and you'll be lost. So that eagerness to yearn for knowledge and skill was the whole thing that skyrocketed us to being profitable as a blockchain, as a collaborations and marketing manager and the likes. So fast forward to 2020, I think 2023. Yeah, 2023. My roommate told me something that there's no career path here. We should come to data analysis. Like we should become data analysts and specialize in blockchain data analysis. But I was still, because I'm a hustler, I was still seeing jobs and I was a bit distracted. Yeah, there was money then. Then there's an online presence that I actually made that I didn't lack jobs. I started even building a Twitter presence too. So I didn't lack jobs. So there was literally no time. I was comfortable with collaborations and marketing management. When my roommates moved forward to being a blockchain data analyst, he signed up for cohort one. So basically, he signed up for cohort one, analytics stage. He told me about it. I was a bit distracted about that. So I I said, okay, I'm following your footsteps. just tell me how the journey goes through, so I'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to, let me just, I don't want to talk too much. I have a lot of stories to say. Let me just cut it short. So eventually, I signed up for Quad 3, which was like about this time last year, was when we did Quad 3. I didn't sign up for Quad 2 because, sorry about that, because I was getting married. That was clashing with my wedding, Quad 2. So immediately after my wedding, Quad 3 commenced, and about this time last year. So I took the course, but wasn't serious with it. It's not like I'm encouraging on seriousness, so I wasn't serious with it. I was still seeing jobs in the field of being a collab manager. Yeah. Then I finished the course. It was just funny, like I just did the course, I was seeing SQL, I was just lost. I didn't know anything about blockchain data analysis. I was just lost. I was wondering, okay, I was just trying to see I was just trying to look for a way to create time to be able to go back or revisit the course. But there was literally no time. I even ended up carrying the whole thing over to early this year, before I was even able to watch or finish the videos of the classes. So I was that unserious that I didn't follow my peers to do their capstone projects, to do anything. Basically, I was most times I was not even live on the classes. Yeah, because of one or two things that were distracting me. It was when we entered this year that my eyes were open that there's no future in collaborations and marketing management, even if I was getting jobs and gigs, and I was now seeing blockchain data analysis as the future. Prior to, let's say around December, about December, I now said, okay, I want to still take data analysis serious. So even if I still haven't finished the courses I took on analytics stages, let me pay for courses and learn SQL properly. SQL. So I did that. I used the platform to learn SQL, learning Excel, learning Power BI, and learning Python. So I was able to finish the courses. Yes, I finished the courses basically, and still had not finished analytics stages. To tell you how unserious I was, I'm just trying to I'm just trying to use this to bring out the how I broke through basically. Yeah, so I eventually early this year I eventually finished the course, and I was still lost. I was wondering how to, now that I finished courses, I finished SQL. I finished SQL on Data Camp. I finished SQL on HIT, one Nigerian platform like that. I finished this other Excel and the likes. How can I was still confused basically. Then I said, okay, all the experience I have with blockchain technology, I cannot put it to waste now. Let's focus on blockchain tech. So I now took analytics stage course seriously. We watched the videos again, and it all started from there early this year. That was when I think I created my June and Flipside accounts last year, but I didn't use it at all. It was early this year, and after that using Flipside, I think about March, and after that using Flipside. My head was literally my head was literally empty. Like, you know, that kind of feeling that you finish taking courses. I was certified with Data Camp. I was certified with HIT. Yet I felt like I don't know anything. I didn't know anything at all. Like, that feeling is kind of annoying. Like, I was just pissed. I was no longer seeing jobs again in the collab stuff. And I'm married, so I'm a family man. So I was just frustrated. That passion and drive to hustle to make it now came in. I started toiling, started doing I basically started depriving myself sleep and pleasures, that until my voice is heard, I'm not stopping. I was on serious, so take note, I was on serious initially. But because of the zeal and passion to make my voice be heard, basically from March, May, let's say March, April to now, that literally helped me scale faster. So all of a sudden, because I was lost initially, I didn't know anything. Yes, I was certified SQL and the likes, but practicalizing it to solve a real business problem, it was just vague. My head was literally empty in that regard. Like, that kind of thing that you think you've known all, but you just want to apply it and you don't know anything. I literally now I forced myself to start practicalizing, even if it's writing simple queries on Flipside. I initially started with Flipside. One of the motivation to use Flipside then was because Flipside was having a reward system for analysts. I started using Flipside. Even if the query does not make sense, I'll write it. Take note, even if the query does not make sense, I'll write it. Even if it throws error, I'll keep rewriting till I get what I'm looking for. There was ChatGPT, yes. To a certain extent, I'm not really relying on GPT. I rely on GPT to debug and all those extra stuff, debug errors and all those extra stuff. But when it comes to the main thought process, I was literally thinking of a way to always come through. Just make this, let me be good with this. Let me try and summarize and go straight to the point. So, continuous effort every day, compounding continuous effort, writing one query, from writing one query or writing simple queries to practicalizing the things I learned and knowing how to now apply them, to writing to writing several sub queries, to writing so many, like, to writing complicated queries, because I learned some of the basics of SQL, like how to I've forgotten all the sub queries, like the simple sub queries, complex sub queries, and the likes. And so basically, just applying some of those things now practically on a daily basis, writing one query on the other. Literally now just added. I just started finding this thing. It now became so easy. Like, there's a way it was now sweetening me. But the thing to take note, that the thing that basically I will point out there was that at first I was lost, but because I was passionate about this, that until my voice is heard or until I get this thing, I'm not stopping. On a daily basis, just like a routine, I'll just keep going back there to figure something out. The idea must not be clear in my head. The picture, the idea must not be clear in my the query must not be perfect, but I must still think of something and do. So fast forward to recently, I was just surprised. I was just building casually. This one was not a job. I was just building casually because I'm a lover of running blockchain. All of a sudden, because of that compound, that stuff of building over time, and you would just keep seeing yourself being better. I built a dashboard on popular running games. I think top 13 running games that are popular. Before you know it, I posted it on Twitter. Yeah, on Twitter, I have a good amount of engagement that was growing before now. All of a sudden, Dune, we all know Dune. Dune just posted it. Like, they didn't just post it, they sent it into, like, because I'm also subscribing to Dune. They sent it as an email to my dashboard and my analysis. So they sent it as an email to their users. I think Dune have over 1 million users. So every single person that subscribed to Dune literally saw my dashboard in their email address. Like, I was wowed. I was really wowed because that was a big step and a big push for me to I'm really doing something that I thought that nobody was even giving me accolades for. They posted it on June Digest episode 17. I think that was one very good breakthrough for me. Yeah, I was also noticing that some of the dashboards I was even posting, analytics stages one week or the other, 1 month or the other, to complement my work and even tag my work as the best dashboard for that week or for that month. Some of those effects, some of those things basically were the things that were now motivating me to want to do more. Before you know it, June recognized me for another one again. Before you know it, the same June that I recently started using, because I think at a point I was using Flipside. I was not building at all on June. I think it's when Flipside shut down that I now began using June. And you can imagine that within that short time frame that I began using June, that I started getting all these recognitions from June. That one of the recent recognition, they even rebuild one of the teams just said, yes, they like my good work. They had to even to show their because of the fact that I'm really, really doing great work, just to appreciate me for my good work. They would like to collect my email address and my address information so that they will send me their kits as one of their top analysts in my region. And before you know it, days after I received their package, I posted it on Twitter, and that was really so. Basically, even after that, I started getting jobs. I was not really getting jobs before like that. I was just hustling, trying to make ends meet anyhow, because there are one or two ways you can make ends meet, like participating in bounties and all those stuff. But all of a sudden, some of these things basically skyrocketed my visibility that made me begin to start getting jobs. Now it's kind of effortless now. Like one or two persons will just reach out that they've seen or heard someone talking about me somewhere or something. Or one of the firms that I'm currently working with literally just told me, literally just someone just saw my work in the firm's website and was like, I love this guy's work. Like the one I got a job yesterday. I'm currently working at Kitty Ward, and another person saw my dashboard I did on Kitty Ward and was like, I love this. I want you to recreate this for my project. So the guy had to DM me. We didn't even finish talking for long. He wired upfront payment, that kind of thing. So just so that I think I'm talking for quite a while now. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is that if you want to build a career, I have a lot to talk about actually, if time will permit me. But if you want to, let me just summarize with this. If you want to build a career basically as a blockchain data analyst or a blockchain data expert, one of the things you need to look at for is if you are not zealous about what you are doing. That is, if you are not zealous, what I mean by zealous, like if you are not passionate basically about what you are doing, there are times whereby you just want to just give up, because it's obvious that the industry itself is complicated on its own. Yeah, one of the speakers in the past said, one of the previous speakers said that it's easy, but I want to be honest with you, there are times you experience difficulty with it. So from my experience and what I've seen, blockchain data analysis, blockchain data science, blockchain, anything related to blockchain in tech is one of the hardest so far that I've seen so far, because of how deep and complicated it is. I've tried exploring business analytics, healthcare analytics, and all those other forms of analysis that are not related to blockchain. Blockchain knows it's complicated. Why I'm saying it's complicated is because many things are connected to each other. That is, if you're into this blockchain industry, you should still be putting your eye and be good with Solidity. You should still be good even if you're not perfect, you should still be good with other programming languages outside SQL like Python and the likes. You should still be good about going deeper on chain, decoding contracts, even so it can be so complicated sometimes. So if you're not zealous basically and passionate about this thing, sometimes you can get hyped up, but it might fade away when you start experiencing difficulty. So that's my number one advice. You should be zealous about it. Number two, you should be really keen to learning and researching more, because the more you think you know, the less you realize that you've not started. The more you think you know, the more you are going into an ocean that you can just drown. You know that feeling of going to the middle of an ocean that you look around, you can't see any, you don't know where you don't know any way out. That's kind of the way this thing is. So the only thing that will keep you going, the only thing that will keep you pushing, the only thing that will make you skilled, the only thing that will make your voice to be heard, so that you're making a difference amongst your peers. Basically, you go above your peers, is this determination basically to stand out. So yeah, there are a lot of things to actually say though, but I think if I will round it up here basically, and I'm open to questions as well. Thank you
Right.
very much.
Thank you very much. Please let's appreciate Josh and every other persons who have shared their opinions. Okay, we're going to give room for questions and answer. You can ask any of them. We've called in George, who said, okay, he knew nothing about Web3, knew nothing about SQL, came into analytics stage, and now currently working as an ambassador for one of the top blockchain in the crypto space. And here we also have Precious, who is an outgoing cohort participant, who had, some knowledge of data analytics. However, still discover that there is so much to learn, so much about using SQL on Flipside or on Dune itself. And here lastly we had Joshua, who shared his experience of how he was on Sirius, registered on Sirius, and then became serious, took the course seriously, and now is helping himself financially, as quite a number of doors has opened to him due to his consistency and being in public, which is one of the priority. If you attended yesterday's session, you would hear when I said that those were the criteria for you to even move to the next level. You have to practice, and that's building in public. So yeah. So if you have any question, please raise your hand up and you'll be called to ask a question. So I have Paul. So Paul, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Okay, why Paul is still not sure if he wants to ask any question. Ephraim, please go ahead. Ephraim. Okay, Edwin, you can ask a question.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, so my question is, so basically I have a background in software engineering, full stack, as well as blockchain engineering. I have worked as a blockchain engineer. I came across this platform on Instagram and I was interested. So basically blockchain analysis, data analysis is something that is quite new and still coming up. And I think the closest experience I've had with it is my master's financial engineering, where we have to do with like blockchain finance analysis and all that. But I saw a couple of like the dashboards that were being worked on, and I was very much interested in it. So my question is, for someone coming from a blockchain background, what is the transition going to be like? Because I can say I have a certain level of understanding of the programming aspect, but the analytic aspect is quite, it should be quite an undertaking, because I know the level of data that flows from the blockchain generally. In fact, I was the one that posted a question earlier on the group, where I was asking if the data that were in those dashboards were constantly being updated. And I've taken an interest to it because I'm someone who is also trying to dabble into data engineering. So the flow of data is something I'm very much interested in. So I want to know what does it entail? What does it mean to analyze blockchain data? What's it being used for? Do we just work on dashboards and then people translate that data, or as you work on the dashboard, you also translate it for them? Thank you.
Okay, Joshua should take that question. Is Joshua on the call?
Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
All right. So basically, if I got your question correctly, you said you are coming from a tech background, basically, and you're asking the how blockchain data, like the use case of blockchain data, sort of. So let me use
So
a
I think
practical
he's asked,
example based on one.
Josh, can you hear
Hello?
me? I'm not sure you
Yeah, I
got
can
his
hear you. I can
question.
hear you.
So I'm not sure you got his question. Edwin, can you just summarize? You can understand the question well. So Edwin is a
Can you hear
software
me?
engineer.
Okay,
Yeah, okay,
right.
go ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead, Edwin, go ahead.
Okay. I think my question is around how do you translate the whole idea of data analytics for blockchain? I mean, what is the use case? What's it being used for? Do you just work on dashboards, or what are the intricacies around it? I mean, for normal general data in different domains, I can say that, okay, the way they are being used are very specific. In agriculture, they are used to track, like, um, produce and all that. In what do you call them, data for different kinds of fields. There are certain use cases for it. But for blockchain, in data analysis for blockchain, I might understand financial analysis, but what does data analysis generate, like what does it translate to for the blockchain as it is now?
Okay, yeah, cool. So basically, let me kind of use a practical example to answer the question. So I worked on a dashboard. Yeah, it's a dashboard, but everything in DeFi, everything in the blockchain space that is registered on a blockchain. So the concept of a blockchain. Blockchain is a public ledger that stores transaction or information online, sort of that anyone with internet access can access it and see and retrieve it and get insights from it. So basically, I got a trader, a badass trader reached out to me to dive deep on Solana blockchain to look for. He gave me the specifications he needs to look for top traders with high profit rates, above 50% win rates, and he gave specifications basically so that he can use their trading pattern to copy trade them. Basically, he's a trader, so he wants to literally copy trade these people and see their trading pattern to literally trade and make money on chain. Sorry, not on chain. So literally trade the gen tokens and make money. Basically, so I was able to go on chain to analyze all these or some of these traders based on his specifications to dig out insights. And I was even seeing that these traders were making badass money. So I sold that work to him, and that was a one-off gig. And he was so grateful. Apart from the money he paid me, he was so grateful for the insights, because the insights that he got from that, basically, even if he's not a trader, even if he's not a trader or he's not good with trading, he can see and study top traders, their trading patterns, how much profit they made, how all the tokens they bought at so time, the average time they held all these tokens, and many other insights that comes with degen trading, if you know what degenerate trading is, to copy trade them or learn from how they traded to be profitable. So you can say that the use case of blockchain analysis now, blockchain data analysis now in this scenario is that it can be used to dive deep on chain to dig out top traders, how profitable they were, and copy trade them. So basically, when it comes to copy trading, you know that people do copy trade, or if you want to get signals, people that drop calls and all those things, you can get raw information from top traders, study their patterns, and copy trade that and use that to make money to trade. Another use case scenario that we use basically is, I think another example I was used. I think I did a dashboard for another project that needed to see how users behave on their platform. Basically, how do users behave on this platform? How how for example, how do users activate? For example, let's use Uniswap for example. Uniswap Uniswap has different versions. So let's say version 3. How do users activate? How many users on a specific time frame join Uniswap? That is, they join Uniswap to start trading on Uniswap DEX. Yeah, and that's user activation. So that literally can tell you how much you are doing well with your publicity, or how much you are being in people's faces for people to join your platform, basically. So that you can use that one to test if you are really visible, or if you're if you're advertising yourself, basically. If you are doing well, you can use that one to track how well people are now how well is the turnover, like people are now joining your platform. That's user activation analysis. It can be gotten on, you can do that basically. User retention, for example, these users that joined, for example, if they now joined, you hype them to join and they join, and they now join and they're not enjoying your product, or they're not enjoying your platform anymore, you will see that most of them may not retain for a significant amount of time. So basically, user retention analysis, basically to study retention patterns, retention, how long user stays in your platform. You can divide your analysis you can make it weekly, daily, self, or monthly, anyhow you want to maneuver your way around it. Is to study how much or how long are users retained over time on your platform or on any other platform. User deactivation, like user churn, is another thing. For example, in user behavioral analysis, that all these things can be done on chain. How much are people leaving your platform? How are they living, basically? Like, if they join your platform, they are not enjoying it and they are not leaving. Basically, user reactivation is another form of user behavioral analysis. That, let's say someone joined at this point in time, point A, the person now leaves and rejoins again. So you have three points in time. Like, person joined, left, and rejoined again. You will now start looking forward to knowing what literally made this person to rejoin after the person left. Should I be targeting on this aspect of like, you'll be looking at real points here to the fact that to the reason, basically, why that could literally make these people that are rejoined to retain and just stay and just continue using your platform. So I can even share, like, okay, I might not need to share it here, but I've done a lot of I love doing user behavioral analysis. And practical example of this is basically on my Dune profile. I've worked on, I think I did the same thing on Avalanche dexes, doing dex by dex analysis of Avalanche users or Avalanche traders over time. So I did this user behavioral analysis. I even did dex versus dex. How do users get retained on this dex over the other? So this kind of analysis will now tell you that there's a competition in the market. So this one is doing better than this one. Why? You get, this one is doing better than this one. Why? This one is retaining more users than this one. Why? You start having those questions now. You will now start finding, like, basically you would have started answering the question when you look at the dashboard. Why? At this point in time, this platform had more user activation. More users joined this platform at this point in time. What could be the cause? What was the market situation as at that time that is literally attracting these users to join? Basically, yeah, there's even this other form of analysis that we also do that literally gives a lot of insights. Like, let's say categorizing user segmentation, basically categorizing separating high value users from low value users to medium value users, and depending on how you want to share them, so that you now start targeting, okay, for this group of users that are medium value users, okay, let's say low value users, what can I do to encourage them to grow to being high value users or middle value users? Like, instead of using them using your platform and be just contributing little or nothing to the growth of your platform, basically, how can we make them do more in your platform? Basically, the ones that are doing the high value users, you start seeing figuring answers to, like, you start figuring out ways to know, okay, how can we retain these people or encourage them to continue using our platform? Basically, so it's just in a nutshell, there are a lot of things to talk about and practical use cases of these things.
I
Basically,
mean,
there are a
this
lot,
is a whole lecture
a whole lot.
already, Josh. This is a whole lecture already. So let's do a register so that you don't.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
score.
you.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you so much. So you see, there's quite a lot to pick out from on-chain data. Like if you're on the call yesterday, the data can be used for forensic purposes, can be used by growth marketers, like Josh had mentioned, you are tracking user growth, user retention, user churn rates, quite a number of stuff. So you can always do that. I want to build, so please, let me give Ephraim, your hand is up. Are you ready now? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Can you guys hear me?
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity to ask questions. Okay. Thank God that Edwin asked the question because I am literally, learning a lot. So I am by profession a medical laboratory scientist, actually. So and I've been looking at, you know, the blockchain and everything concerning Web3 for quite some time now, and I made some researches of, okay, I want to kind of pivot to um, tech, yeah, and I want to do the tech well, and as far as it is related to Web3. So I was considering, okay, maybe blockchain development or blockchain data analysis, right? So I want to know, I came across Analytics Sage on X some time ago. I even reached out to him and all. So he sent me this thing about the cohort, the next cohort that is starting September, I think. So, and I'm planning to register. But I want to know, are there any prerequisites to, you know, to the classes? I mean, are there certain knowledge that I need to have, seeing that I kind of am new to the whole data
So,
analysis?
so you
Yeah.
don't need, let me just answer that. You don't need, like, all you need is the hunger, passion, and time, right? So you don't need a prerequisite knowledge, right? Of course, now knowing that, okay, you are registering for a program that might be by we are leveraging SQL and on-chain data analytics. On your own, we have 1 month gap, right? On your own, you can just start maybe prepping yourself ahead of the class, right? But you don't need it. But of course, if you are passionate about it and say, okay, you are registering for this program, you might want to prepare ahead. You get, but you don't need to have certain knowledge before you can come on the class. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Awesome. Okay. Precious, you want to answer? You want to give us the answer on that?
Okay, yeah, I wanted to say a few things. I don't know if Ephraim has traded before or used any of the platforms to trade or used Web3, any Web3 application before. It's just a question. Have you
Okay.
then done any of that before?
Yeah, I have. Like I did a little bit of DGen sometime last 2 months. into last
Oh,
month.
okay,
Right, I got a
okay,
couple of
okay.
feel of
That's
what it means.
okay, okay. At least that gives you a leverage, right? At least you have an idea of when you start hearing the different terminologies coming from Web3, you get to understand what they are saying. So, doing that is a leverage already, right? So you don't need much. What you need to do is just the hunger and passion, like Apostle of Finance has mentioned. So just study hard. You basically have to study. The classes will not give you all that you need to know. You have to do your own personal study. Now, for my own end, I did not know anything about blockchain and Web3. I'm currently learning how to trade now, right? When I was getting when I enrolled in the class, I started hearing loads of terminologies. I was confused, I was lost at first, right? So I just had to. You cannot analyze what you don't know. So for people on this call that have not traded or don't know anything about Web3 or have not encountered anything, just start. Okay, just start. Make friends with people that have the knowledge of Web3, and then hold hands, basically hold hands with them, and then tell them to teach you things. I already have somebody that I'm holding I'm holding their hands right now that is currently teaching me how to, trade, how to swap tokens here and there. Yes, so that's just it. That's just my 2 cents.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you very much, Precious. Thank you very much. Um, okay, so okay, I have Kazim. So Kazim, yeah. Okay, anyone which hand is up? Let me see. Oh, we have okay, call Lex. Lex.
Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. First and foremost, I like to appreciate this, session and the opportunity. I'm very glad I came across this, and the time to join as well. I've been listening to everyone speak, and I'm really excited because it gets me really curious and you know looking so forward to the whole thing unfolding gradually. But my very key question is already I'm very familiar with Web3. I trade Forex, and I do a lot of that and, what have you. So I've been, um, I've been rigmaroling around data analytics for like the past couple of months. Right now I've, done some projects, I learned SQL, Power BI, you know, and what have you. But on this aspect of, on-chain or blockchain analytics, it's something that I've been searching for a while, even while I was taking my data analytics classes, because Web3 is something I've been in. So I wanted to see that aspect and explore it until I came across um, this data analytics stage or so. So now my question is, what exactly is the knowledge that um, we are going to be acquiring from this? Because I want to know how are we going to be able to like bring that part of um, data analytics and what have you, bring it into um, blockchain? Is there something different that, because one thing that got me is this dunes and I don't know something else that someone mentioned. I've never heard of it before. It's on this what's it called? It's on this call that I'm hearing it for the very first time. So I want to know, I just want to have an idea of exactly what are we getting or am I going to get from this class? am I getting analytics knowledge again, or I'm going to be getting a knowledge based off on how to bring data analytics skill and infuse it into um, getting insight and processing data to generate some meaningful ideas on the blockchain platforms. That's exactly what I'm very curious about. Like, I want to know what's in it for me.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. So, like, what's in it for you? Were you on the call yesterday?
No, no,
Were
no,
you
no.
on?
I didn't. I tuned in, but I left. I tuned in and I left.
Okay.
Right.
Did you go back to watch the session yesterday?
I haven't seen the session. But today it's only today's on. I'm able to keep up with like.
Yeah. So it was easy to spot because let me just drop the link to the YouTube because you would need to really go back and watch it, right? You need to really go back and watch it. There we did a lot of explicit explanation, right? And I do not want to go over it again. Like those who were here yesterday, good number of persons who were talking about, right? So also you should visit our website to get details of what the program would have for you. So let me just quickly direct you. It's easy to navigate. So when you just come, so you come here, you click on get started. So yeah, so let me just share you this link. Likewise on the chat, so that yes. So when you get here, you read through it, you will definitely know what the program is all about and what you're going to get about it. So if you want to know what the content of the program contains, these are the details. If you want to know what you will get out of the program, definitely I want again. Did you join the call in the beginning or you just joined now and asking question? Lex, was it
Yeah,
Lex
yeah.
that asked? You joined from
Yes,
the beginning.
yes.
You add Josh, you add Precious, you add Joshua.
I, I think I heard the second to the last speaker. So
Okay, so maybe you should go and
yeah,
listen to this one already.
I heard about two speakers.
Also, so if you are looking at what you will get after the program, they shared their own testament, right? And if you are looking at what the program entails, you can watch yesterday's session, or you can also go through the website to see what the program contains. Okay, Joseph. Okay, Joshua, you can just ask your question. Give your response. I think you want to say something, Joshua.
All right, boss. Thank you very much. I think I forgot to add um, analytics sage. Analytics sage is the dream come true. I might not be using the right English or all up to now. This one is not hype and this one is not cap. Analytics sage literally have made me profitable. Basically, like the most of the wins I have, most of the achievements I have, almost everything I have, basically, I personally did the work, but the inspiration and the drive and everything came from analytics stage. Do you know that um when I participated in core three, um when I participated in core three, the tips, the way our boss here performed things that class, I don't know, it's like whether it's like miracle. I don't know. Other people may not be seeing it the normal way they saw it too, but I was seeing myself, I was seeing the future already. So basically, um I was able to use that literally as a drive to push forward. If you might have listened to the story or paid attention to the story I made, that I was not serious with the class, but you can imagine just being serious about it and going back to rewatch the classes. It's not like I'm encouraging on seriousness. So you can imagine if you're now serious and determined, how it would be like you're now being active. Then there was no, I don't think we had mentors or there was mentorship session. Even if we had, then I was not part of it because I was not serious in the course. But now we have mentorship session. Then it was not as detailed as now. I saw the last cohort. I saw my guy that did the last cohort. He told me the experience. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is not like I'm hyping you. If you can do your due diligence to participate in this coming cohort, for example. And remember, I said something before that you should not just participate. So you should not just you should be willing, determined, passionate. In fact, I have that hunger basically to know more, because this is just like a starting point. Basically, basically, I think someone also said that this um blockchain analytics, blockchain data analysis is still new and is not really rampant. That's the way it is actually. If you go on LinkedIn and you start looking for blockchain analysts, I've had a couple of recruiters reaching out to me personally. I'm not the one that applied for a job. They are the ones that reach out to me because I'm a blockchain data analyst. To tell you how few blockchain data analysts are, if you can take this course seriously, sorry about that. In fact, 6 months is too far for you to start landing big deals. You can't compare where you will be when you take this seriously in 6 months' time compared to someone. You can just start making research compared to someone that is just a mere data analyst that is not a blockchain data analyst. Data analysts are everywhere. You can't compare how far the margin is, the opportunities you unlock when you take this thing serious and push with it. You can't compare. I like from my own experience, I'm not up to 6 months safe being serious as a blockchain data analyst. You can imagine how 1 year, 2 years, 5 years will be. It's just paining me that I didn't begin this thing earlier when I should have. So I'm just using this as a something to motivate you guys that, in fact, with all your mind, this coming cohort, you should just in fact, yeah, I don't want to say much, but you can actually see that it's working. It's working.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I also participated when I saw analytics stages. When I saw that we were kicking off Python for blockchain data analysis course, I said I want to add this here. Sorry, even if this particular course is not really concerning Python, but I grabbed that one immediately because I knew what I benefited from the last one. And let me shock you, the course is almost ending. We're almost done with the course. I'm not done with the course yet. The things I've learned in that course, I've not practicalized 100%. So, but the things I've learned in that course, because the things I've learned in that course basically is not just for blockchain data analysis alone. It's for being it just expands, it just broadens things out. Being a blockchain data engineer, blockchain data scientist, blockchain developer, basically learning backend and front end, solidity, and the likes. So the things I've learned in that course, I actually got a job. I've not even finished the course. Basically, I've not finished doing my capstone project. I've not finished doing the things I'm supposed to do to graduate. But the things I learned in that course, I've already used it to get a job that I've gotten paid from, and I'm not done. So this is just like, it's just like how would I put it now? It's just like an open door. So with all your mind, what I'm just trying to say in essence that with all your mind, basically, grab this opportunity. If you see more courses, because analytics studies is already expanding to going deeper to machine learning and the like. Anyone you see, grab it. You thank yourself later for doing so. Me, I've already started thanking myself because I've already started seeing the reward basically for all that hard work and more to come. I'm not sleeping already. I'm not folding my hands. I'm putting in the work. And more to come. So basically, grab it with all your mind. I said something that blockchain data analysis, anything that concerns blockchain is complicated. It's complicated and it's also simple at the same time. And also, anything that that is complicated, also, the end, the way it seems to be now is always more profitable. You can go and research and see how much opportunity you find, the number of opportunities you find in the blockchain space compared to another space. Not to talk of when you're now badass with data. Now job go they cry, now job go they run, become meet. Be you they find job if you know
Thank
your
you
onions.
so much. I mean, I think there's a way you get so much value that you would really want to say so much. Thank you so much, Josh, for that. Joseph Emmanuel, please, you're the last person, and then we round up. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Yep. Good evening.
I want to appreciate the pioneer of this program for bringing out this opportunity for us to participate. Well, I'm a tech enthusiast, and I've been in P2 space for a while, at least. Let me just say at the beginner or intermediate level. So I saw you yesterday in the class yesterday. You were doing some kind of coding on SQL. So my question is this: is number one is this SQL things. That means we need a lot of coding knowledge to do it. That's number one. Then number two is having access to this course. Is it a lifetime or is time bound? That's my question, sir.
Okay. So you don't need a lot of coding knowledge when it comes
Okay.
to SQL. Do you understand?
Okay.
That's
Okay.
one. So two, what was your second question again?
Access to the course. Is it time
Yeah,
bound or lifetime?
you have lifetime access to the course, right?
Okay.
Except that the folder you would always meet your course. So that's
Okay. It's okay.
that's it.
That's my question, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we are rounding up now, and today is our final session in the master class. So if you want to get started and get registered, this is the right time to do so. I mean, the program is a steal. The program is a steal. The training you are paying for is for the 4 weeks training. And like I said, every other thing that comes after is add-on, is free. So that you are paying for the training does not give you access to the mentorship program. Neither does your payment for the training give you access to the certification. Whoever we certify at Analytics Sage are people we are very sure that already have that necessary skill. They've completed their major capstone project. They've submitted 4 taxes. They've had 80% attendance, 100% tax submission. Then they'll be given access to the mentorship program. Now, being in the mentorship program does not give you access to the certification. Likewise, you also need to complete 2 dashboards, 80% attendance, likewise, before you can have the certification. So it's not about the money. We want it to be sure. You see how Josh, I didn't, it's not like maybe I paid Josh a dime, or I told Josh, oh, Josh, in fact, I wasn't the one who reached out to him. that, oh, come and have a call, or come and say, oh, George, this is what you're going to say. No. Do you understand? But you can see that he has gotten so much value, and it's like, no, others need to come on board. Others need to be a part of this. So, and that is why we are giving you this opportunity to access this program. By next year, all our fees are changing, definitely increasing. So for the SQL stuff now would be $30. That's like twice of what you have the offer now. Okay, and the deadline is on the 30th of September, and the class starts on the 1st of September. So you have enough time to prepare and register for the program and be a part of it. So to register, there is already a link. I will just send the details to the chat box. I think there is, let me send the details to the chat box. If you are on the group, then you can also leverage. So I saw someone asking a question on the group that, oh, 1 month is not enough. I mean, there is never enough time. There is never enough time. It all boils down on your hunger and willingness to learn. The way our trainings are being structured and taken, 1 month is enough for you to build a solid foundational knowledge. And after the 1 month, if you are serious, then you move to the mentorship training. You can't go through the mentorship training and not come out refined and solid. Okay, so because in the mentorship session now program is focused on project building, and you get to be held by the hand, shown what to do and assisted. So 1 month is enough for you to get started. And if you actually want to go much more, then you also have access to mentorship once you are serious with the training. And one beautiful thing about it is this: Analytics Sage is focused on blockchain data analytics. So if you have any question in the community, we only share information around blockchain data analytics, opportunities around blockchain data analytics. We have an alumni session, an alumni community. So not every information we share on the general community. For jobs, for startups who reach out to us that they want to hire, we know who we are passing down the jobs to. Okay, we will not pass down the job to you because you decided to go through Egyptian direction or Israelite journey, and then you are pushing our dashboard and we call you to come and give you the job. No, we give it to our community of analysts, our community of alumni who have gone through us. Okay, so far more than what you are paying for, you are also paying for a support group. You are paying for networking, you are paying for opportunities. So being a part of this comes with a good number of opportunities that you would not know now except you are a part of it. So if you want to take advantage of it, that is the link on the chat. Once you register, you will be added straight to the group after showing an evidence of payment, and that will be all. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much, Joshua. Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you, everyone who has joined the call. We have come to the end of the session today.